Hello, my name's Stephen Brown. I'm a professor from Boston College in Boston, Massachusetts in the United States. And I am in the theology department there, but my degree is in philosophy, so I teach both philosophy and theology and specialize in the medieval philosophical period and theological period. One of the courses that I give here is entitled Portraits of Human Existence. And what that tries to do is show the different views that philosophers have had in regard to what's the best way of living a human life. Two of the principal people that I would start off with are Aristotle and Plato. And Plato and Aristotle have very lofty presentations of what a human life ought to be. The richest kind of human life is not found in being concerned primarily with riches or primarily with fame, but it aims to get you to be as great a human being as you're able to be. And to do that in very much in a context of a community, that the individual only reaches a richer kind of life the more they realize that they have to be participating with other citizens in the community so that certain ones do certain things that complement the other operations or the other tasks that people perform. So we need one another. So community is very much accentuated. And then we move on to the applications of these into the medieval period, and they're taken in by the Arab authors, Averroes and Avicenna and Al-Farabi and Al-Ghazali, and then Jewish authors like Saadia Gaon and Moses Maimonides, and then Christian authors like Thomas Aquinas and Saint Anselm. And then we move on to the contrast that comes in the views of man that you find very much in Machiavelli and Bacon and Thomas Hobbes. And they very much more focus on the individual, and they focus more on changing the world that we live in and making it a better place to live in terms of satisfactions that we get as human beings. We learn new ways to produce food and so on, so we'll have a concrete human life here on earth that is much more rich. The reaction against that comes from Rousseau, a French philosopher, and he tries to give you a different view of a human being, much more sensitive, much more in union with nature. And because of that, he gives a different view. And then we move on to the people who will differ with him, Immanuel Kant and George Hegel, and then usually end up with someone like Friedrich Nietzsche. You'll be a critic of both Kant and Hegel and become more of a person really fulfills themselves by the actions that they do, not by thinking. So he sort of is anti-philosophical in a sense.